It's been a minute since I talked about my favorite person in the WNBA. It's been a minute, but I mean, there's been so many things going on of late that, not talking about her. God, I almost feel bad that I've neglected her. Like my neglecting. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sheryl Swoopes, I am so sorry for having neglected you. Not really. I should have been talking about you more and the dumb shit that you do, the dumb shit that you say, but I haven't. I try to let that stuff slide off because it gets a little redundant when you constantly have to remind people about what a fucking idiot this woman is. But, that's neither here nor there. Let's talk about what's going on right now with Sheryl Swoopes, or what's not going on with Sheryl Swoopes. Does she even have a job now? Like, does she even have a job? Did all of her disdain and public scrutiny and public hate for Caitlin Clark get her fired from everything? Hey, man, you said it with your chest, and now you got to eat the consequences of your words because your words are not for the benefit of the WNBA. Let's talk about it. And I'm not going into all the other media members that have seemingly lost their commentating gigs because of their disdain for the cash cow of the WNBA. That is Caitlin Clark. And maybe, Adam Silver had to have a conversation with Kathy Engel, brain dead, Ben Daniels' favorite word, Kathy Engel, brain dead, and let her know you need to deal with this crap because you cannot have these idiots here shredding our cash cow. The only reason people are watching your damn sport. It's crazy. But again, let's talk about it. Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Rudy's Rant, Her Game, Her Way Women's Basketball. We talk facts over feelings. I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez Showmont. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so, hit the bell, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this content. Let me know what you think about the pooper swooper Sheryl Swoopes. Let me know what you think, because I'm going to let you know what I think, because that's what I do. You know how it goes. I appreciate all of y'all. We get closer and closer to 10,000 subscribers. So this is what happened. Remember this video where she kind of acted like she was being nice? And I didn't even do a video on this because I was like, you know what? She'll find a way to prove that this was all an act and all a bunch of BS. And of course she's done so. She doesn't even have to. It's just it's just who she is. It's who she is. But let's remind ourselves.
The team that I feel made the biggest moves, maybe even the best moves, that would be the Indiana Fever. I think the Indiana Fever went from just being in the playoffs last season to potentially winning a championship.
Man, she must have felt so sick when she said this shit because these were all players, dare I say, players that she said never would want to go and play in the racist city of Indianapolis with the racist fans of the Indiana Fever, all the racism and all the hate and all the misogyny and sexism and thisism and thatism and xenophobia and whatever other phobia, other word you can make up that people don't know the definition of. But nobody wanted to play that. She was the one that said that. Kelsey Mitchell, people in the locker room aren't happy. Didn't Kelsey Mitchell just resign for a $250,000 a year? She could have gone somewhere else to play for $250,000. She went back to Indiana. Why the hell do you think that is? Because she was so unhappy. The Fever girl was so unhappy. No, she'd been there. She's gone through the dregs of that franchise. And now she's on a squad that she knows is going to win. And she just had the best season of her career. And you, Sheryl Swoopes, want to have some audacity to sit here and tell us that she wasn't happy? We know who wasn't happy. Was that woman, that tree stump, Nalissa Smith. Kelsey Mitchell wants to win. Kelsey Mitchell had the best season of her career. And you jumped on all these different forums and you made it very, very clear that they didn't want to be there. That there was unhappiness and bitterness in that locker room. And damn, you were fucking wrong. But let's continue this because, dare I say, DeWanna Bonner, whose girlfriend can't stand the Indiana Fever, wife, whatever the fuck she is, I can't keep up with their relationships in this league. She signs. Natasha Howard signs. Sydney Colson signs. Oh my God, the world is crumbling on top of you, Sheryl, as all these players who are supposed to hate everything about Indiana are all saying, I want to play with her. Why? Because she's a badass motherfucker. She's a BMF, BAMF, a badass motherfucker. And that's what they want to play. They want to even Bree Turner. Like, do you understand how much these women want to play with Caitlin Clark that they would put aside all of their political beliefs and go play for the people that you call the racist fans, the sexist fans, the evil people, all that shit? They're going because they all know it's all a bunch of bullshit. That narrative that was spread all of last year was a bunch of fucking bullshit. It always has been bullshit. You guys use trolls as an example of fans. People complaining about racial slurs and shit like that at games. Yet nobody ever got thrown out of a WNBA game. We've seen guys get thrown out of NBA games. Never seen someone get tossed from a WNBA game. Maybe that's because none of that shit actually fucking happened. Maybe that's the reality. None of it happened. And all the mean tweets and the DMs and the emails that for somehow they randomly got your email address. I guess all these people are on the dark web finding out your email addresses. Let me put it to you like this, and let me keep it a buck so you really understand what we're talking about here. I have a YouTube channel. My YouTube channel has been largely built over the past 14 months on women's basketball. It was not my plan, not my intention. It's just how it went. Reality. I talk about all sports. I'm a huge combat sports guy. I love UFC. I love BKFC. I love boxing. I love combat sports. I love baseball. I'm dropping some Yankees Unplugged stuff. I love college football. I'm dropping some Hurricanes. I'm a Hurricanes fan. NBA, I've been in here and there. NFL here and there. Women's basketball? I never knew that there was a market for it, and I'm a humongous Caitlin Clark fan. I admit it. Am I on the level of some where I see her as infallible? No. And am I going to sit here and abuse other players just for sakes of abusing them? No. That's not how I operate. I'm completely fair in my assessment and my commentary on players. I feel like I am. If you think I'm not, you can put it in the comments and let me know how I am not being fair. I have people that are on both sides that respect what I got to say. Whether you like her, you don't like her, whether you're a Reese fan or not, or a Clark fan or what, because that's really what it comes down to. You're a Clark fan or a Reese fan. Reese fans go here, Clark fans go here, and that's what it is. Like this love affair with Lexi Hull is because she plays with Caitlin Clark. Otherwise, no one would give a shit about Lexi Hull. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Let's just keep it real. But my demographic is largely people my age and older. Do you think people my age and older are living on the dark web, searching around for email addresses so they can send despicable messages to WNBA players? No. First off, most of us have no idea even what I know what the dark web is. You couldn't tell me how to get there. I only know the light web, Google Chrome. presume that most of the people that are watching my stuff, a lot of the people, can barely use an iPhone. Seriously. My mother is 74 years old. Ask her to use an iPhone beyond sending me a text message or a phone call. Heck, the text messages are a challenge in themselves. So, all the accusations put against the Caitlin Clark fans, y'all were just using trolls, people that just stir up shit. But hey, let's keep, I know I've gone off a little bit here, but let's keep talking about this.
You add the OG DeWanna Bonner, who plays both ends of the floor, who's a competitor, Natasha Howard, who's another OG, who's going to bring the defensive presence. And then you're bringing back Aaliyah Boston, who continues to get better every single year. Can we talk about Kelsey Mitchell, who is just a walking bucket? How much stronger Caitlin got in the offseason. You know, she was in the gym working on her game. This Indiana Fever team, they have put the pieces together in this offseason, and I'm excited to see what they're going to do.
All right. So let's talk about that real fast. Last I checked, Aaliyah Boston's played 2 years in the WNBA. Two years. She's gotten so much better each year. First off, she didn't get better last year. Let's be real, folks. We can go look. Data backs that up. She was not better her second year over her rookie year. So let's get that out of the way. She was not better last year than she was her rookie year. That's number one. Number two, Kelsey Mitchell, the walking bucket, just had the best season of her career playing next to Caitlin Clark. The OGs, as she refers to them, that is just the silliest shit on earth. First of all, the only OGs are people that played back in 1997, 98 when the league started. DeWanna Bonner's not an OG. She didn't play when the league started. That's literally what the OG thing really means. So, yeah, that's just we try to make everything sound so gangster and shit. It sounds so stupid, in my opinion. But that's another story for another day. I mean, we're not talking about fighters. We're talking about basketball players. Like, do we refer to Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain as OGs of the NBA? No, never. But we refer to women as OGs or the original gangsters. Like, come on, man. Come on. Now, Caitlin's gotten stronger and working on her game. That's the extent of the compliment she could give Caitlin Clark. The rookie of the year, the person who set so many records and did so many firsts in the WNBA, person of the league in assists, set the record for most assists, averaged over 19 points, finished first team all WNBA, fourth in MVP voting, rookie of the year, and on and on and on and on. Let's not talk about the attendance, the revenue generation in Indiana, the viewership that y'all use to skew numbers so that you can get a better deal because without her, your numbers still suck. And all she can say is, oh, she's gotten stronger. Okay. Yet. This is what you get. Actually, let's do it like this. This is what you get from the one and only Sheryl Swoopes on Gil's Arena the other day. She actually bought a Paige Bueckers t-shirt and wore it on Gil's Arena. If you, it's like she can't help herself. Has she ever worn a Caitlin Clark t-shirt? She went and she bought a Paige Bueckers t-shirt for the franchise that no longer employs her. She was also on a podcast that seemingly no longer employs her either. She was initially supposed to be in this podcast with this other person. That's the podcast where which she was spewing all her bullshit. And now she's no longer part of the cover. She's no longer in the podcast as a host. It's that host with somebody with any and friends. Don't even know. Let me look up the name of it. For fuck's sakes. I should know this, but let's take a look. Queens of the Court, a WNBA podcast. That is, no longer includes her. No longer includes her. It now reads as follows. Yeah, this is what she was rocking. Let's share this then. The Queens of the Court podcast. Women's hoops is on the rise, and we're here every step of the way. On every episode of the Women's Hoops Show, host Jordan Robinson is joined by another women's basketball expert, players, coaches, commentators, retired legends. Together, Jordan and friends cover the ups and downs of the WNBA season and dive into what's happening in college hoops, the new unrivaled league, and the shifting landscape of the sport. With new episodes year-round, consider this your home for extensive coverage on all of the big moments in women's basketball. Women's Hoop Show is an Odyssey original podcast. Yeah. She is. Here's the last time you see Sheryl Swoopes' name, then up here. And then you no longer see Sheryl Swoopes' name on here. So she's no longer in this either. They are ridding themselves of Sheryl Swoopes, Jordan Robinson, and friends. Hey, Odyssey, maybe you could hook me up because I talk about women's basketball probably more than Jordan Robinson does. She has one day ago, 5 days ago, 9 days ago, 16 days ago. In that time period, I have probably dropped 30 videos on women's basketball since April 8th. And she's done 4 shows in that time period. And my videos, I've done 4 lives that are over 2 hours. So Odyssey, how about you hook me up? Let's become a sponsor of this. I mean, clearly people don't like it all that much. It has a 3.9 out of 5. But hey, what do I know? What do I know? What I know is that Sheryl Swoopes can fake the funk all she wants. But the reality of Sheryl Swoopes is that deep down in her soul, the hatred doesn't go away. That she would go on Gil's Arena knowing that all of us would see it, all of us would talk about it, and all of us would keep her out front and center. Hey, I'll keep you out front and center. It gets me views, man. People love hearing this shit. You're the queen of the hate. You're the queen of the hatelins, the queen of the slows, all those things. You know, she's now off her podcast. She don't have her TV commentating gig anymore. I mean, I don't know how does she get paid? How does she make a living? I gotta wonder. Does she have a 9-to-5 job at a 7-Eleven at this point? I'm just curious because I cannot imagine that Gilbert Arenas is paying her anything substantial to bring her Nimrod ass on his fucking podcast. Please. I mean, he does bring on other, Nick Young, who's a fucking whatever you call it. But hey, whatever. Another story for another day. Yeah. Sheryl, what happened? What happened? Don't let the door hit you on your ass. But it's clear as day that you are the same person you've always been. Paige Bueckers t-shirt. I guess you like that white girl. I'm sure you'll be complimenting that white girl. You just have a problem with the one from Iowa. Hmm? And Paige is really not much different. She's from Minnesota. Minnesota. Sheryl. We won't miss you, but I'm sure you'll come back with some other stupid shit some point this season and make us talk about you again. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. I appreciate y'all. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, ring the bell, make this thing pop, make it go viral. Appreciate y'all. This is Ruiz Rant, her game, her way. Women's basketball. Come on now.